Good evening, friends. Welcome, workers, resources, Republic, Soviet, TBD2. 32. I am Dr. Pluring. Yes, I have managed to rename the YouTube channel, finally, as my true identity of Dr. Pluring can emerge here. This bridge is taking a hell of a long time to build, but it is actually, yes, it is getting closer to completion, and the tunnel, it is very close to completion. Happy New Year's, indeed. Happy New Year's. Last year, a summary, we have sold a whole lot of things. We are trying, yes, fuel. Fuel, yes. Fuel, we have sold a whole lot of fuel. That's it? No, vehicles too. 14.6 million worth. And rubles, we have, yes, I bought a license for something expensive. A hopper car, was it? A hopper car. A hopper car it was. How did we do? Yes, I did do a whole rant on this last time, and I'm finished on the subject. But there it is. There's your global market pricing algorithm at work. Fix. You don't have to do anything about the pricing algorithm. You just have to do something about how the chip unloads. Anyway, see previous episode for more detail. Yes, plenty of more detail. Indeed, I did not want to close that down quite yet, though. No, we want to keep that around a bit. Oh, and the music is distorting for some reason. Crap, that's it's clipping. Is what it is. I am terribly sorry about that. I shall have to deal with that just a moment here. If we do a little bit of this here, try something like that and see what happens. I think I might should have fixed it. Yes, it's live to tape is the model that we're using. You could call it to tape. Yes, tape, and tape is actually rolling. Yes, the music machine. Tape? No, it's not tape. No, it's a MacBook. So that's all good. And Reaper is a good thing. Yes. But video, I do not actually get involved with adjust. With scissors is basically the tool I have regards to video. Yes, scissors. I can cut very, very roughly, and it's a lot of work. And then I have to tape it back together. That's how it is. That is the current format. Anyway, the economy, yes, pricing. That was not that interesting. Did we sell anything else? No, we only sold vehicles, and they don't really depreciate in value whilst you're selling them, whilst you're exporting them. Last year again, it's a tad loud. Was that a gravel train maybe that came in here? Yes, it was. You see, we have this great setup. Could you try and keep to finish one thing for once? I am trying. Nuclear waste. Yes, this is something to follow up on. Have they managed to produce any UF6, you think, out of the nuclear waste and a whole lot of chemicals? Maybe. We shall see. We made 600 tons of chemicals. That's good. We made 155 tons of UF6. Nuclear fuel, 23 tons. Okay. 12 million worth. Yes. Right. mean, has it been adjusted, the price of nuclear fuel? Or have we gotten accustomed to it? Because I remember it being like something ridiculous. But then, yes, it's been running for a while. We don't have that great surplus maybe of nuclear fuel that we used to. So still not quite done. No, but the thing is here, we now have everything we need to build roads and all sorts of roads. And not that there is really anything to. We have all the roads we need. Yes. Out here I've prepared a little bit just to demonstrate how quick and efficient. Yes, this was mud just days ago. Yes, a week ago. Basically it was mud. Now it is a paved street with sidewalk and street lighting. I'm sure they'll get around to working on that. Why some vehicles are without fuel? Have I messed up the gas station here? You're not keeping up, are you? But you have a fleet of tankers. And there is no lack of fuel. So, what is your problem there? I don't know, but we have a more local supply of fuel as well. Find our local distribution office, which is right here. And unless it's not yet set up for this. Here, train diesel station, excellent place to get fuel. There you go, and unload at the gas station. Where is it? I should get more than one. Yes, where is it? It's in here somewhere. It's right about there. Is where it is. It's exactly there. And yes, keep it topped up, please, if you wouldn't mind. Why did you only bring 33% when they are out here, and you can bring 21 tons? Yes, but you didn't. You managed to bring nothing somehow. There are 9,595 tons of fuel available here, and you managed to bring no tons of fuel here. Maybe there is something wrong with this. It doesn't have electricity. Are you quite sure? Have I accidentally cut off a high voltage line somewhere? Is everyone extremely unhappy? No, electricity is not out all over the place. It is here. I might have cut down a medium voltage wire maybe somewhere. Let's see. This is no good. This means that a whole lot of things are without electricity, and of course it is night. It is always night when you're troubleshooting electricity. Okay. We have here building is without power supply. That goes into here, where there is. Okay. What? This doesn't look quite right to me. That has electricity. This doesn't. but they are connected. There's a wire, and this has been working before. What's up here? I don't know, but something is up. No, click this. Wasn't there a reset electricity thing? Oh, that didn't get turned into a button, maybe. Action with objects. Make out of fuel. Place to home. Make out of fuel. Oh. If it would have fill gas tank to maximum, that would be useful. There's still no electricity here. And this is clearly supposed to be fed from there. Yes. There's no electricity here neither. What the hell is going on? Building is without power supply. But here there are 21 kilovolts. I do not understand this. And here there are 21 kilovolts. There is only one thing for it. That's bring out this thing. Bulldoze. And remove. And rebuild. And see if that does it. Or maybe I have, but yes, there used to be, or maybe still is a limitation on how many switches and things you can have in series. I think that should have been fixed. It was 14, at least on high voltage. I don't know if it applied to medium voltage. That may be something I'm running into here. Wild speculation about the game. Yes. Let's see, I'm going to have to... yes, excuse me. There we go. I'm really sorry for clipping on the main theme there. But well, actual professional music people, producers, they do it on real records. Not so much nowadays though, but just 10 years ago, they were doing it on, they were digital clipping on every second, at least, record that was released, and it still happens. You don't do that. Should I go on to a second rant, which it doesn't have anything to do with this? But there's no such, digital analog clipping can be certainly be considered art. Yes, a distorted electrical guitar or distorted anything is definitely a sound that can be tamed into an art. There are plenty of examples. But digital clipping is not an art. It's just wrong. There's nothing artful about it. It's just wrong. And don't do it. And there is so much headroom with regards to, the signal to noise ratio. There is absolutely no reason to be anywhere even near digital clipping. That's that about that. I am not an audio engineer. I'm just a hobbyist. Yes. So I apologize for clipping. Yes, this is when we get the problem here. Is when the train is in and wants all the meat and then goes and unloads it at places where we don't even use it. There's no way to limit the meat. We don't use the whole lot. 1,600 tons of meat. Yes, one of these we actually take meat out of, I think. But not a lot, not all. We should. Yes, let's make use of it instead. Yes, here, there is meat. Who'd want to go here to get meat? Was it here that we had? No. Let's go to the place where we have the ridiculous amount of meat. Yes, it's drawing 4 megawatts to keep this meat chilled. at least this thing is working as the opposite of what the other meat storage is working, since it has a high voltage connection and a limit to the meat storage, which is in relation to what can be provided here. Very good work, modder. Very good work. That's how it's supposed to be done. The other one looks fantastic, but it doesn't work. It breaks the game. So yes, but it is one beautiful. Certainly, very good work on that bit. 25,750. That's a lot of steel. You know what? Instead of selling these automobiles for $4, if we really wanted some dollars in the account, we could export some steel. Because we are not empty on the automobiles. We are in here though. And this used to be full. I think it used to be full. Are you in here? Yes, you are. That's a lot of things. Långt jävla tåg med öppna vagnar. Indeed. Can I view line detail? Yes, this is... oh, okay. You did not like that at all. Thank you for crashing. We shall try and be right on back. I wonder when the last autosave was and what has been done since and such. You know, you sort of get a little bit out of. That was okay. That was 7 minutes ago. God damn it, that's no good. That really is not very good. But what are we going to do? Play a bit of Soviet cartoons. What did I do to crash the game there? I wanted to change the name of a line of a train in a depot. At least it loaded back up really quickly. Well, that's something. Apparently we're okay. Are we fiddling with broken electricity? I think we are. Yes, we are. Is it perhaps working now? You never know. No. I mean, it has been working previously. I might have put in a switch further up the line or something. I don't know. Where's the closest power transformer? Do we have one around here somewhere? Here's a high voltage line. That would indicate the power transformer should be. Molna is probably close. That's a long way away. Yes, it is. What are we going to do? You have seem to have overloaded the circuit or something. I don't think I've overloaded the circuit, you know, as far as how much current you can put through it goes. But I have overloaded the game engine in how many medium voltage switches it can handle. We're going over there, right, straight over there. Yes, this is very easy to see in winter, especially when it is snowing. Right, yes, we want to hook up somewhere here. And we could even hook up straight onto there, since that's where it's not working anyway. And take this off a bit, because this, yes, that has kilovolts, this doesn't for some reason. So, do we do one? Yes, we do one more medium voltage switch. Apparently, there might be. We shall see. This shall test the hypothesis. If this is that was the problem, it must be the problem. What else would it be? I cannot think of any other. That doesn't mean that there isn't any other, of course, but still. But still. Right. Okay. Yes. My mind is drifting off the subject slightly here. I'm sorry. I'll try and get back to there. Maybe the music shall help. Yes, we'll see if this does the trick. In the meantime, did we fix? Have we already fixed this thing? Because that's quite important, you know, that they have fuel here in this town. In the gas station. Yes, they do have fuel. Not a whole lot, but they do have fuel. So you are assigned to distribution offices. Yes. And we have vehicles coming in from every which way, so this has probably not been working for quite some time. Let's look at a typical farm here. It doesn't have any fuel. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. I wonder when that happened and why. Pretty soon here we should rewrite as rain again, or what should we call it? Pretty soon. Right, this is a long wire. Yes. Well, there are 36 tons of steel already on the work. No, there is nothing on the work site. But stuff is coming. Yes, stuff's coming. 22 tons of steel. 4.4 tons of electrical components. And another, yes, the rest of the steel, I would presume. Very good. And by the time they've gotten that there, they might have been finished, might be finished here with this stuff. Right. Right. As again, the mind is drifty. Sometimes it does that, you know. And you notice and you refocus and so on. So, what do we got going on here? You don't have any fuel. For some reason. How much fuel is nothing? Yes, we're remodeling slightly here, although it is just about to be finished, I think. Pretty soon anyway. Yes, 6 workers, a crane, 25 workdays. It depends on when they got here. They've just gotten here. Yes. And things should start happening up here. Now. This was not at all what I was going to export steel. Well, what we're doing this now. This was actually the original plan. Now we have the fuel pumping around here for some reason in some sort of fashion and set up that is far from optimum. That was the attempt of getting a passive overflow system here. It doesn't quite work, so that would indicate that it's finished. And now I think that when we have, now we have a pumping station here in between the storage and the harbour. then we no longer need your services. Yes, it really did not make any sense to be doing that. There it is full. Could we get rid of something or something? What is this? This is a dumper truck. That depot is full. Yeah, you're not full. And this ought to allow you to get a full fill too. I'm not quite sure where your fuel is coming from at the moment. Because it... is there a train in? No. Well then, I don't see levels decreasing anywhere. Are you looking at the right ship? This ship, our third ship, our third boat, it is certainly fueling up. It is using a whole lot of fuel. Now something came here and upset. Yes, the train arrived. Are you here to load? Yes, you are. Right. Yes, the plan. There was a plan. You see, and that was to get about the same amount of ridiculously oversized fuel storage out here as we do by the thing. Yes, by the thing, by the oil refinery. So if we have a look, the landscape is very inviting for exploitation here. So what we're going with, I think, is one of the storage, large storages with loader, i.e. This one, and one without loader. This really depends on how we want to do the rail for it. We want the possibility to roll in an incredibly long train in here, just in case. So we'll put you this way, maybe. It depends. Where do you have your outputs? You have outputs going in those direction, and that's an input. Then we put you like this instead. So something like that. And yes, we could even have the other the second one, the second huge thing here. Why did you want the output that way? Yes, to go into that system. And then there is only one output. Right, there's only one output on these. That's true. So but while we're in here, we'll get this one in too. You have input there and right, and you have output, and that thing has input. Yes, you have to imagine which ones I cannot point to them, but you'll see what I will be getting to here, because here we're going to have one of these splitting pump things. It's very close to the high voltage wire, which is causing a little bit of issues, but anyway, that's the wrong way around. That's why it's not hooking up. No, yes, it was the wrong way around, and that was indeed why it was not hooking up. And it is hooking up, it's just impossible to see under the current lighting and other visual conditions. From there, we split up, and then we go into there and to other places. But before we do that, before we do that, we deal with more picky infrastructure such as railroad and road. And the most picky infrastructure is of course the railroad, so we'll start with that. And I like the curves, you know, so would you please curve out a bit? So I was complaining, I was commenting that it didn't look like the same game anymore, and it doesn't. But of course, it's a progression. It's better than it was. It's just nostalgia, you know. But that's it. Very good. And let's see here. Is there a... Yes, you go out of there. Very good. Then we take you off here, and all should actually be great. Because there's a mad block there, which will just solve everything basically, unless anyone from here would like to go up there. Not allowed. Or if you want to do that, you have to go out and around here. Do not turn around in here, because you're going to be sad, I'm going to be upset, and we're going to have a bad time in general. And we don't want to have bad times, we want to have good times. Of course, it cannot always be had, but we want. Yes, of course we want. Now out here, I don't know if we have good enough, you know, road construction crews that we could be patient with this. Are you telling me that you're not going? Yes, you're going to allow a road underneath that pipeline. Very good. Hook up a bit of stuff here. And before, let's get that railroad planned. However, we are not going to be bringing any construction crews in here right now, because they have the bridge to work on. Yes, they do. What else do we have? We have that, and that. Okay, all of these things have... No, this one doesn't have road connection yet. You need that too. It would be possible to go here, maybe, if the pipeline is not too low. It is too low. We'll go from out here. Like that. And of course that bit is quite important as well. Right, now we do the piping, and then we do electricity. That's the order you want to do it in. Railroad, road, pipe, electricity. Yes. So, we want... Let's see, No, just no. We're not getting involved with that quite yet. Because this will take a while to complete anyway, and in the meantime there's no reason to mess with that. It cannot be messed with without severely upsetting operations. There we go. Right. Yes. What? Yes, you're loading up on fuel. Very good. Did you empty out this? No, you have not emptied out the storage. So there is something incorrect with this setup. I don't know how this gets refilled. Yes, it gets refilled whenever there's a train in here unloading, then that pushes. This is actually the passive setup then that you wanted. Is it not? I think it might be. Let's see, do we have a train incoming here anytime soon? You mean it's working? Nope. Randomized fuel transport. Yes. Okay, we no longer have a dedicated train that goes up here. We're definitely getting ourselves one of those that just brings fuel from down here to up here and nothing else. The one that was previously doing that has been repurposed slightly, do all sorts of things. Which are of course all very useful. How are you doing with the electricity here? It is a bit important after all. You're not finished, or you are finished. No, building is still without power supply. But it looks rather finished. Ah, you are just finished. I see. We wouldn't happen to have, like an enormous consumer of power out here that we haven't counted. No, you see, now it's working fine. 21 kilovolts, no megawatts. Nothing is in need or demand of electricity at the moment. And what about here? Nothing. But 21 kilovolts, very good. So that's that service restored, and yes, all tankers are out, and I think that you should be quite busy for a little while. Wonder how that happened. I think I redesigned something, put in another switch down the line somewhere, and that got it over the limit then of how many switches you can have in series until it just doesn't work anymore. Right? Maybe. Well, now we have a fresh line right off the transformer here. A transformer which is in pretty decent condition. Yes, the high voltage network really needs improvement. As we can see right here, this is overloaded. The kilovolts does not. There is such a current draw that the voltage drop is complete. That's no good. That really is no good at all. What are you going to do about this? I need to do something about this. Here, there is nothing. Nothing. Whatever this thing is then, that's something that probably it goes somewhere, but do you dare cut it off without looking where it goes? It goes here. It continues along. It gets easy if you turn that off. What is this? There are no switches. Here it makes a turn. I see. This is the heating circuit for this place. It doesn't work. Or it isn't necessary, or whatever. See if we can follow this back to wherever it was we were. Yes, it was by Molna. There's not enough. So into here basically. Yes, remove a bit of high voltage wiring here so that we can get. And I'm afraid that we could hook up onto there, if we hooked up a wire onto here, straight from... I wonder though, because these are 18 megawatt lines, and we're drawing 20, okay, we're drawing above what they can handle. There's 16 megawatts, and there it's somehow even more. You see, this is the point, that it's impossible. It's just impossible. What we do is here, remove this bit to be clear. That doesn't really go anywhere anymore. From here, we need one of these. Not really though. What you need is... try and think about this. Yes, here 16 megawatts. 20 megawatts. Yes, exactly. We want to remove this thing and feed a big fat cable into here. Yes, I thought to do it. Maybe. Yes, I think so, because this, I don't know what all that is doing, but this goes off to heat Molna, and then it also is supposed to provide augment the high voltage situation over in Pavkavisk, I think. The power plant is over there, we shall head over here. The problem is, of course, that the power plant does not have a high voltage connection available to us at this very moment. We go straight over the mountain. No, we don't. We go out here a bit and straight through all of this. Do you really want to do that? Yes, because it's already there, and therefore it if we can get the high voltage line through here, we can't build anything new in here anyway, so we might as well use the space. Here we go. If we could find the circuit that goes to the border, or a circuit that goes to a border, such as this. Yes. How exactly does this work? Right, it goes down there for some reason. Here's our solution. Right. We're just going to have to double check that did not have any unforeseen consequences down there, considering we might have been using it for something locally here too. But there's still electricity here somehow. We're not importing. I don't know how it gets here, but it gets here. That's the main thing. So, here, and where did I leave the other one? Right about there. Okay, well, then I cannot really quite in very good conscience just double back on this. We have to do a little bit. Does this work as in that it will follow the actual thing? Yes, it does. To a certain extent. Right, and before it snows over and we... there we go. Yes, keep an eye on it, you do not want to lose that. But you see this? This is going to take care of it. Eventually. When this is done, cut off that line, please. Remember to do that. Right? No. Why? No, this is rubbish. That's the wire you want to be cutting later on. Yes, exactly. I think it's easier to do by trial and error than actually go following the wires around. But that we'll want as well. So, yes, we just have to wait, as usual. And I dare not barely go look at how the electricity is doing down here right now. Okay. It's doing good. Thought that was the same circuit, but apparently not. Just goes to show that I have absolutely lost all comprehension of how the electricity grid here is. I would not call it designed, but it is strewn together. Yes, in my defense, so if I should make any excuses or anything, thing is that before we tried to save the nation for the first winter with heating electricity, we only basically had one high voltage circuit that was enough to feed the entire nation. And then when we wanted, so the high voltage wires coming out of the nuclear power plant was for the domestic electrical use and for export, going directly to borders. But then we needed in a hurry to get a whole lot of electricity out of here to every which way, and I used the high voltage wire connections available on the power plant, and this is what we got. But you know, there are plenty of these that can be reused and such. It's just that it's a bit of a limitation here. If we say we wanted to export electricity, yes, just say for argument's sake that we wanted to export here. How much can we export before we get too much of a voltage drop on the line? No, we can actually export quite a bit if we want to. That's about the limit. Not 18 megawatts, but if we keep it here, about here, 14 megawatts. Let's get up voltage. There we go. Oh no, that's too much. But 9 megawatts seems rather reliable to do if we want to, because that will keep the voltage steady here eventually once it's balances out everything here. No? Well, you know what, never mind, because I'm not interested in selling electricity. If we want to make money out of the nuclear industry, we are much better off selling off the nuclear fuel. Yes, have you done anything? Not so much, no, because this isn't working. This building is a bit buggy. What is it that you do? You're waiting here to load. You can obviously not be waiting. Because, yes, modder needs to polish this a bit. But there we go, nuclear waste has arrived. Yes, it is smoking. So the problem is that the parking spaces are not really, you cannot have vehicles parked in here because they will block through access, because for some reason this building is one way for some reason. Maybe there'll be an update. We shall see. So this ought to be pretty cool. We are producing UF6 out of nuclear waste and chemicals. A whole lot of chemicals. And you will not stop here unless they have a container available for you, I'd presume. No, and you got all of that nuclear waste into the heavy radiation protected thing, so it doesn't have to stand around out here. We cannot limit the import space for vehicles. It doesn't have one. Yes, it does. Space for vehicles import. This I would like to be forbidden to be used, because we don't want nuclear waste hanging around here, radiating around people. And the facility itself, I presume, is 100% secure with regards to radiation. The limit really is this place, the nuclear fuel fabrication. Is this. However, the amounts involved here are really so small that you could either do forklifts or you could do trucks without any problem if we wanted a second one. But where would we put it? There's a bit of stuff in the way here. Otherwise this would seem like quite a reasonable spot for it. But high voltage, important high voltage, I would imagine. Yes, this might be a heating circuit. It goes down there, right. That's what's still providing electricity down here. Very good. I don't suppose you've gotten very far on this high voltage line, the new one from Molna to the nuclear power plant. No. But you have gotten going. 66 tons of gravel you managed to bring here on Sassino. Molna, huge construction office, no problems whatsoever. Should we have a look at how much steel is available here? They have been building a bit of railroad after all. There is no shortage of anything. You are very much close to being done on this. 14 workdays remaining, 36 tons of steel. I think there will be at least 220 tons of gravel, it said. It's 4-5 more trips at least. The bridge might actually be finished before the tunnel. Yes, you need 65 more tons of steel and you're bringing 54 times. Yes, 2 more trips and maybe some other things as well. Then we ought to be all set. All set. Sure, we'll be all set. People are without job, that's not really a problem. The embassy is working rather nicely with whatever it is they're doing. Yes, here we can see the road is finished. It really does not take any time. Did you just overtake another snowplow and did not plow this street? Whilst this snowplow, instead of plowing the street here, went up to the medium voltage, which, well, it's nice service of you and everything, but your priorities maybe could be enhanced, let's say. Now we're back to this again. Lots of students waiting for professors here. We don't need a situation like that. Look at this. They will come streaming in here, the professors and the staff. I would think. I hope. Because after they have been here, they should be able to find their way to here. Yes. You see, that's more like it. Not that I think that we're having a problem with education here. 1,500 productive age workers, 2/3 have a university degree. That's pretty good. It's unnecessary. Unnecessary is what it is too, but still, yep. Here, there are no workers waiting at the moment. We drop firefighters off here. How did I set this up again? I think I'm going to need a little bit of a memory refresh. At least this place is being kept with workers, so that seems to be working. But you go Tjotahejti bus stop, okay, and then you go to Lorna bus stop and unload. I think that we need to ask you to bring a few more people, maybe. Like about that. And really, it's you know what? We screw this. Actually, we remove this. And this is turned off. 14 workers in here. It's okay, it's enough, but it's... You know what, we're keeping this because this is heating things. We're definitely keeping this setup around. I forgot about that. We need to keep that place in workforce, and to do that, yes, we definitely need to load 30 people each time. We'll try. And did I retire? Yes, I retired the other buses. They should be standing around here somewhere. Yes, they're here. So yes, that it has to be admitted that was a little bit, maybe not enough people to bring. And also, we're unloading up here first, and the people who are still on the bus get off here and do a little dance in between the fire station, heating plant, and the other bus platform. Oh, 19th of February, the snow is about to melt. Yes, we were not quite finished up here, I don't think. You mean here? Not quite finished. But we do have a pipe there connecting that to that, which is a good thing. And then, down here by the harbour, I mean, yes, this is the pipe that we'd want to hook up onto. And if we were to put in something here, maybe. Adding thing. Yes, adding thing. And then pipe pipeline from... Yes, it will go from there into there and into there. So from there to there to there and to there, right? This should not be connected to the harbour. This is the harbour thing. This is for domestic use. Okay? Yes. That's quite superfluous then. A little bit. What would not be superfluous though would be one of these oil fuel loading, unloading things for road. So that we could efficiently get the resource out of here. And look at that, there's even a paved road. That said though, there is also a pipeline in between us and the paved road, which looks to be rather close to the ground. What did you do? What? Pardon me, but is this not supposed to have a connection here too? I'm pretty sure it is supposed to have that. No, this is not... You're thinking of a different thing. Indeed, this pipe is too low. Not here though. Yes, it is. No, it will not allow it. Can we be without this pipe for a while? What does it do? Pipe spikes. We'll get rid of it. Be gone. And then do a proper road here. Get going on that, and then pop over the road. Yes, and back into there, whatever that was that it was doing. It might. That is pumping things from the harbour into here. Okay. That should maybe also then go into there. If it is indeed something that we want to use to be able to unload stuff, fuel from ships to this place for some reason. Then again, it might not be necessary at all. Indeed. At least not quite in that configuration. Yes, here is where the old straight thing is a bit more efficient. We can start coming down maybe. Yes, that's more like it. So that I think should do it eventually. Here you have workers. Yes, it's running without issues even. Very good. And here's a bitumen train. Yes, what happened to that fuel transporting thing? We're going to be pumping a whole lot of, moving a whole lot of fuel from the oil refinery area to up here onto the ships. Just before we leave, how's the Baltic tanker coming? 90%. missing mechanical components. Right, we're going to have to send you on a little shopping trip then. I think that you should get plastics too while you're at it. Maybe not. No. Mechanical components. The thing is that we need to shepherd that train out of its destination. It's not set up to handle the length of such a train. No, back to this now. You want to go about to here. Well, about anyway. The tanker train, where is that? The long one, that is, if we indeed have one. Yes, we do have one. How long are you? Not ridiculously long. You could even be a little bit longer. Yes. You are currently doing things that will not help. In the efforts here, very much. But you will be going down here. Yes. And this is set up in such a fashion, right, that we can, in fact, get the fuel out of here into where does this go? Yes, it goes into there, and that feeds that. Yes, we can get all of it. Go there, load fuel, go late then. On a little bit of a journey here. On a little bit of a journey you go, and you go to there, and you unload. Wait. Sure. Wait here too. It won't matter. It will be a while before we have emptied those out. If ever. You might as well be docked here for the time being. And yes, it's a little bit of a problem that the oil refinery is standing still. It's not a problem really, but since the oil refinery is standing still, we're not making any bitumen, so we're not loading any bitumen into Lisa, and it's 400 people in here. Really wish there was some place to put that fuel. We could dump it out, but that's probably not a good idea to do. How far backed up are we with oil? Not completely. And I would like to have seen this. But as soon as the train makes it down here, if we can keep that workforce in there, then it will be fine. 64 workers in the mine, that's not a lot. No, we don't have enough coal for the steel mill, but we have... we're producing enough steel. Yes. Rather think that we are. Let's go back here and these things and see how we're doing with... I'm very, very close. I actually get $213,667 back if I click this now. That's nice. Here too. Yes, 121. It will go a little ways towards the tanker. We need to be building roads here because we have such excellent infrastructure set up for it, and well, we can start by doing a little grid. I say little, I mean extensive. Yes. Here. Or should we do sort of a boulevard, or what you may call it, as in dual lanes here. And what about I have not tried my hand at a roundabout, I think, as I have once, but it was a long time ago. It was before curves. We shall try and build a roundabout. Not that we need it here for any traffic management purposes, really. But anyway. So you'll be coming down from here. There should be a traffic circle around here somehow. How large do you make it? How much do we care about symmetry and such? Not a whole lot. That's sort of a roundabout. Yeah, isn't it? Yes, I think it is. And we'll do a little snaky, windy street down there, and also there, of course, and we'll make it one way later on. Now this doesn't look quite right for a roundabout. Neither does that, neither does that, neither this maybe. Yes, and well, you are going that way after all. No, you're not. You can also exit the roundabout, you know. So we want a more of a straight-on approach here. Yes. Something like that, then. Yes. Now watch this. Nothing's happening. There, Doctor. No. There we go. Now things are happening. So what do we get so far? Dumpers. Going to get gravel. And after that, I would like to see some excavators or bulldozers being driven out on flatbeds and not driving on their own by themselves, unnecessarily slowing down the roads. We have a big enough problem as this with the dumpers here. Okay, so are you deciding to send any? No. They're probably driving a digger from over there on the road. Yes. And not on a flatbed. No. Yes, the joys of this. Is a third one of these here appropriate? I think so. I think it wouldn't look too out of place. You see, and these are being repopulated already. Did you have... Oh, you're all good. How many babies do you have? 43, 75 children. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely getting another one of these. Storage. Oil storage with low... No, not quite residential storage for workers. Yes. We couldn't get one of these in, could we? Nah, not quite. It depends. It is the mirror of the other one, but I think that will keep to the same style here. That is, if it is at all possible to do this. We have not seen any evidence of that quite yet. It is in maybe slightly too small space to get this, and it's not one of those when it's just going to allow you to click through and glitch it in. No, there is simply too much wrong here. Well, since you're quite boastful about the road building capabilities here, why not make use of it? Yes, we'll extend the shoreline slightly, and then no trouble at all. See? Yes, I will have we'll have it going right by the water here. Yes. If we could make it as sharp as possible here, close to the shore as possible. Yes, that's about as close as you're going to get. I think there. Yes, there. Not there. No. About here somewhere, there should be a foot-based infrastructure in place. Hopefully, it will be possible to hook up most, if not all, of these. Yes. Out that way, they don't really need. We'll probably build something here. Now that was probably set to maximum. Yes. But we have 2,500 adult children, so why not get them in? Because, you know, they will grow, and we don't really have any work for them out here. We could make up some industry. We have a made-up industry. It's this. Yes, indeed, watch this. This is how we do road building in TBD. At a low frame rate. This is how we do it. But I mean, progress is already being made here. And it is not to be scoffed at. What do you say, colleague? You seem very tired. Yes, very sleepy. So yes, we sort of have the style for this place set pretty much. I think that we have quite enough residential buildings for this town. What we could do is we could extend a bit this way with some services, maybe, for example, more kindergartens. It will do. And we might as well, since the road will take a while to finish, we can put the kindergartens down already. There we go. And there we go. Are you actually at the stage now that you're laying track on the bridge? Laying railway? Yes, you are. 204 workdays left, 40 people. 20 tons of steel remaining, and okay, one more trip. One more trip. Who will get to do this bit? Well, they will probably do one bit each, I would imagine here. And you also, but you still have 171 tons of gravel short. Right, but all of that's done, all of that's done. How is this project going? Here. Not a whole lot has seemed to happen. Like nothing at all. What about here? Yes, Valkabusk is working on this. Which is good, I suppose, but there are right, that's something different completely. Yes, we could let them finish that first, but then again, what do we have? Yes, right. This is what can happen then when we send too long a train in here. What the hell is going on here? You can't really be going here right now. Not like that. You are on your way here. And I think that it is for your sake that we have the signals set up in this way, which is a bit non-functional, it would seem. What is it that we're trying to do here exactly? Well, it's quite obvious that the other train here should have selected this track. Though it probably couldn't. What if we were to do that? Or simply leave it out. Here it comes. So, if we look here now, you are now occupying all of this, but thanks to path signaling, these trains are still able to make their way through here, which is pretty good. So it's no biggie really that you're in this block. But since you are, this doesn't really do anything, does it? Yes, it must do something. Yes, it does something. We'll leave it. Now that's something. There we go. Has the fuel train made it here yet by any chance? So it would appear. At least something has made it here. But it was not the long one, was it? The long one is this one. No, it's not as bitumen. Bitumen? Yes, bitumen relocation. That's not the thing that we're looking for. Is this it? No. Okay. It simply hasn't quite made it here. This might be... yes, it had made it, but it did... Maybe we should have set it to wait till load up, because now you're going with just half a load. I don't know. Why are you so slow to load up the final bits here? It's because we have grabbed all that they had, and we are now loading at the rate which they are producing. 15 tons per workday, and I don't think that we are that far off being full here. Yes, we are actually. Then this will have to be enough for now. Yes, hello colleague, that won't work. Yes, that will work. Good colleague. It's always a nice side effect of having what are you doing refueling in here? It may not be safe. Actually it is, but it was very close to not being alright. Which way are you going? What? But you're going the wrong way. I think the easiest and safest thing is to let it go over there and flip around. It feels the need. Demographics. This year we have... Okay, we're not doing excellent. We have actually diminished slightly from growing. Yes, we really do have fantastic road construction crews around here. We're at 1.5 hours already. The time just flies by here. It really does. What have we accomplished so far? I don't even know. But what I do know is that we should do a little point of synchronization here, such as that, and we might as well hit. No. Right, the game crashed and I did not do the pathfinding and the thing there. No, and neither did we do this again. But there we go. Yes, we shall be together again pretty much instantly. We resume. I think there was a little bit of a thing. Yes, we do resume. And we're following a train here, which is a little bit of a special occasion actually. Because it is, you'll see. It is the longer fuel relocator. It has not been named. Yes, something like that. Long diesel mover. Yes, and the long diesel mover is making its way across the land here, and they are taking all sorts of interesting routes now that we have all this weird railway available to. And I also think that the line, what did he call it? What does he call it? Experimental traffic pathfinding, which takes into account the conditions of the route. Yes. So if there are many trains on one route, it might mean that it takes a different route. I am speculating again. Cheers. This is Brock. Feel it. Brewed with selected ingredients. Yes, one would hope that they are just random ingredients. What would it else be? Random ingredients. I suppose Belgian, they call it spontaneously fermented. That's sort of random ingredients. But okay, but this, yes, so I suppose. Cheers. Well, I mean, it doesn't. Okay. Yes, this is good. It almost tastes like nothing. And then you get a little bit of that sweet. no, West German. Is this something from... Dub has that same bit of this, but it's less pronounced here. I don't know what this is from, and the lighting conditions are not enough. Is this? Yes, the selected ingredients seem to be water, barley, hops, and such percent. I don't know if this is Polish. Warszawa. Okay, but it was nice. It didn't taste. It didn't taste like very much at all. Like. I mean, whilst drinking it down, it doesn't taste a whole lot, but then you get something. Dub has that too, but it's much less pronounced here, and then that goes away, and you're left with a bubbly little feeling in the stomach. That is pretty good. So, that was the first time that this apparently quiet train, or that it can't be heard over the other loud train, maybe. I don't know. It was the first train to unload into this. It's all new. It's all a mess, is what it is. It is sort of working, but fluids are being pumped around here, possibly mixed together, multiplexed and so on. But this at least, yes, and you can see we have plenty of. We don't have any fuel there. Where did all that go? It went in there. Okay, right. You see. That's what I was getting to, and that's the pipe work here. Whilst it is a bit quiet, we shall just do one of these clicks there, so I have a chance of getting this together. Yeah, with the audio and then the scissors. Yes. Right. We are there. Yes. So there is so much piping going on here, and I really think that the only thing for this is to actually remove it all. Yes. Because I don't even know what to make of this. I sort of do know what I want, and maybe we can. I don't know if I can try and explain that whilst removing. Yes, we can drag. Should we leave repeaters in and things? I mean, both yes and no. They can certainly be very, very handy to have, and I mean there are definitely pipes in here that will be rebuilt in the same fashion as they are currently. Yes, what's... Yeah, right, this is a repeater, that's why it doesn't work. But I may also be tempted to reuse a repeater then that is not actually what would be optimal for the new world order here. That's also a repeater. Yes, could we get some music going, you think? I think we could. And try some March by the United States Navy band here. We'll see what they get up to. At least it is completely royalty free, and it's very, very, very som jag call it. Generöst, generous of them. That's what it is. No fuss. Just here it is. That I do know we're keeping around, and this too. Because that's actually new, right? Is that all of the piping gone? No, it's not. You have all of the piping gone, please. So all of these gets exposed later on. Right. There are so many things here. There is no wonder that this worked in a sort of, shall we say, this, do not remove that. No. That's fuel for the cargo harbor. That's expensive and something that we want to keep around. Yes, we definitely want some sort of staggered approach here towards the availability of fuel flowing into there. We have here, this is bitumen. We really only need one bitumen storage, since it's not a strategical thing for us to have bitumen. We just keep Lisa around in here. She's out at the moment, as we can see. How much is the contract now? Should we guess at about 67 million? 78? 80 million. Okay then. We are 30 million short at the moment, right? There's only one way to beat that inflation figure, you know. That is to sell the nuclear fuel. 30 million more. How much of the nuclear? That's a third. That's nothing. We have 108 tons of nuclear fuel. Good work there. I suppose the reprocessing plant is doing something. Maybe we should go and have a look at the nuclear reprocessing plant. Well, yes, that might be prudent, but it is not prudent. It would not be prudent to leave this place right now because it's quite non-functional. But we have bitumen there, and the rest is fuel. So fuel comes in here primarily, or maybe only. What's this pipe doing? Yes, this is if we for some reason would ever like to pump diesel from the harbour up to the input of this, and that is something that we might want to do. It is the absolutely most least important thing, though, on the agenda here. I can tell you one thing, and that is that we're going to need a hell of a lot of mechanical components. How much of that? You're full. You have 200 tons, but the train is empty. So why don't you go and get us a bit of that? Because we're going to need like all of it. I would think here. We are quite rich in resources. One has to say. Yes, it's been 100 years. 100 years. But it's not all been a bed of roses, or however you put it. Yes, fuel goes into here. This could be dedicated for domestic use, since it has a separate rail hookup here. Or yes, and we also need to provide fuel down there somewhere. We have this thing, yes, which is what you just removed, which shouldn't be all the way tied up in here. No, it should be like out by the road, maybe. Here is where we should have this. You know, we could maybe get a split splitter. Yes, we could maybe get a splitter since we're getting fuel down to the harbour here, anyways. Yes. I have too few bulldozers. I have many more excavators. Yes. Since we're getting fuel down here, we could have a splitter here. That would, something like that. Right? Yes, we're apparently being extremely detailed here now. Doing a road loading station for this stuff. I mean, how much of that do we actually need? They can drive up to. Yes, but this is also part of actually getting fuel to the harbour, which is certainly very central to what we're doing here, and having a little bit of flexibility with regards to that. Oh, it's this one. Yes, fuel will be coming in from up here. Okay, we apparently went in there. That was maybe a bit close to the road. Dum dum da dum da da dum 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 da da da. That's plenty space. Plenty of space. Yes. And here you were having. Then you said, should we put a tank in between? Sure, we'll do it overkill style here. Everything. Yes. Yes, and then one of these. That should pretty much do it, And in terms of importance, they got very dramatic and loud there. Yes, this might be problematic. Yes, it's going to be. We're going to have to do it from the other way. Okay. Right. For this, we definitely want a proper road for what's, yes. And that is also the least important bit. So we'll probably see that finished first. I'd be surprised otherwise. There was no electricity here. We could notice. So we'll do that. No, we'll not. We'll do that when the piping is in place. Yes, that piping is done. From here, we're going into there. It's not very beautiful. It will do. Right, and then we need to decide on how this is supposed to work. Again, fuel comes out of there. Now, then, if you did that, that was really stupid, because then you're sharing the harbour thing with the stuff up here. Crap, that was really not how it was supposed to. Let's just daisy chain these. Yes. Let's not complicate it any more than we have to. Okay? Yes. That means that you want to go, you come in here, you go here and only here. Yes, we just put them in series. What did we have pumping wise? That will look a bit odd, but I'm already sick of this, That is not a repeater, that's a road pumping station thing. Yes. Into there, and your input is regrettably there and there. Right. Yeah, so the daisy chain will then go, are you serious? Are we going to go that? Yes, because, and then split off out there to the cargo harbor, and then down here. Yes, it uses the maximum amount of resources, of course. So therefore it must be the best. I think that's how it works. Anyway, why is there a bit of rail track in here? I don't know. These tanks, I think that we'll just leave them to their own devices and fates. Okay, so now we got fuel flowing into here. That's very good. That's the last spot for it to go. Yes. Or we could try and we'll sneak underneath the other pipeline here, I think. Yes. And then go into the train thing, so that we can load diesel from there, since that is the end storage. Yes, that's it, and it will be actively pumped all the way here. Yes. Right, so we're coming out. We have fuel in here now. We also have that available here. Fuel does not get unloaded here anymore. That's not the thing that happens. Right. No. Nothing gets unloaded here. It only loads. So we're good on that, except for that we cannot load bitumen, but no. If we want to load bitumen, we can go in there. Yes. So I would think hooking this up onto there and then replacing this, which was a little bit unnecessarily removed here. Only a little bit though. They are so cheap, these, so one might as well. Oh, but that wasn't... no, what was that? That was an adding thing. That is not what we need. Well, that is not what we need. But we want a splitting thing here. In about the same place. More or less. Can't build due to infrastructure. Yes, there's a bit of road. And there's also a bit of electrical wiring here, which we do not want to tear down. Splitting thing, yes. Okay, it's going to happen. But you're telling me there's a chance. Yeah, then, very good. I will go out here, straight over the 5-way intersection. Yes. Okay, and then this we want to take down to there. Right. Should we do it via this? There really is not much of a point to doing that. Except that maybe it's a handy place to cut things off if we should want to cut fuel off from the harbor, maybe. then we just pull this into here and so that's 283 tons of steel and 36 tons of mechanical components for a bit of piping, or 1,000,000 rubles or $1 million. Yes. And I think that this will be enough. I think so. This train that requires shepherding every now and then. How's it doing? It has just arrived. Exciting. Let's see here first of all. They will give us almost a full load, if not a full load. Lovely. Okay. You're still out there unloading that fuel. Not out there on the Baltic. We can. Is that you? No, that's a tree. That's a tree or something. You know, these things will. You will find that things will happen more here if you make certain that the things are actually connected to each other and such. Yes, like that. Oh, you made it. 245 tons of mechanical components. That's excellent. Okay, this exists, but is not connected to road. Because the road has been removed or some such. Okay, that's what's needed to get fuel from here. As I would say, from here to here to here to here to here. No, to here. Yes. And it might just work. Previously, it was continuously going around in a loop here in some fashion that had been created. But that hopefully won't have to happen again. The matter remains, though. Of getting fuel out of the harbour. We have... Oh, I see. You demolished all the bitumen things as well. There may not have been... sorry, but yes, that exists. Good. This bitumen, that is going to want to be pumped down there as well, you know. Yes, we could use this. We want an active pump, I think. It's... I might make some difference. Would you come through here? Not unless I get in close and take proper care of you. There we go. Of course your output is on this side. Yes. Why wouldn't it be? You know what? Then screw that thing over there. It can still be built. We are so rich that we need not care what's going on here. This is probably meant to be connected to that. I think it's so, yes. But for the bitumen, yes, for the bitumen, we're going to want a little forwarding pump in here somewhere, wherever it would please to fit, which it won't in many places. That's not going to happen. Something here is going to happen. Okay, fine. As you see, that won't work neither. Okay, if you try and apply some actual, expertise here, you shall find that it will work much, much better. Fact. Okay, so some other info that we could make it silly tall. Okay, that's not going to happen apparently. This is going to fight since this so close to so many things. Only if possible to do a pipeline helix. You cannot do a train helix in this game. That would be completely possible. But a pipeline, maybe you could do. Not that we need it quite that tall. But I mean, why the hell not? Because there was too sharp a turn. Yes, but that it won't be too sharp a turn when I'm done with it. Some other infrastructures in the way. No. Don't be silly here. You see, it's not very symmetrical or such, but it is something. There we go. Yes, and should we have that? Yes. So, on with it. Yes, on with it. We need to get this bitumen into the harbour. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Something like that, I think will do it. Now there is still the matter of then getting, and then this should not have been one of these really. But if you want to take fuel out of here too as well, which we want to do eventually, some disaster will hit. Yes, you never know. We will be prepared for absolutely everything here, or at least try and be prepared for absolutely everything. And I would think that we would want to put yes, we can snake it in between here maybe, if it wasn't for the high voltage lines. there is lots of infrastructure in the way. Sure you want to go that route? No. Now this doesn't have electricity, but that's fine because these have, their own thing. Yes, they do. First of all, okay, it is not a very important piece of road. I think one more down about here somewhere. Right. You don't need this many. No, that's. Should we try it? I'm betting it's going to be too long. It's really close. Oh, but it's... you built this the wrong way around. Yes, I didn't build them. It was just, on a theoretical level. And as a proof of concept. Yes, the concept is excellent if we put them the other way around. Yes, and then of course the road is on the other side. That doesn't matter. Have it that way. This will do much better. Obviously, because this is going to work. Now we apparently went on the outside. There, that's fine too. Yes, that should get them done eventually. Oh, you have to be fucking kidding me. Yes, seriously. Fine, although having the pipe quite so close to the ground is not the way we do things here in TBD. Because we're not stupid. We want to be able to get a road in underneath maybe someday. Or maybe not even someday. That day might even be now. Okay. So, and that's the wrong. That's also. This is the one you want. That's also going to be too long. You have to realize this. There's no way. Yes, we were supposed to take the inner route, but then we messed it up. And we? Who are these we? We as in, the royal we. We, the majesty of the TBD here. Yes. I don't have time to read the entire formal title, regrettably. It would not fit. Which is might sound a bit ironic considering the running time is about 2 hours 13 minutes or so 2 hours 10 minutes I think. Or so at this point, but still, it would take too much time to read the entire title. Yes, that's that, and here. Did you just build the pipeline really close to the ground there? Yes, it would seem as though such is the case. You know what, this we could even do paved roads, because this is so unimportant. We won't need it in such a long time. Is what it is. That we might as well do. Except that maybe vehicles construction office. No, they're not assigned. Good. No, I would think that their to-do lists are plenty filled here at the moment. Yes. There are lots of stuff going on. Right, I think that the nuclear reprocessing thing deserves a little bit of an oversight, maybe. First of all, the population approaching 64,000. Do we have enough grain? Yes. How much grain we have? 30,000 tons. Is that enough? I think so. Okay, you appear to have a few of these here now, which is not maybe what we want. You just brought UF6 into here, didn't you? Yes, we did. Which means that they cannot store or export. Should we put more work into reprocessing than using the... sure, why not? Because it uses so much chemicals. It's... Have we scratched at the potential? No, we have quite a lot of chemicals here. No, and how's it looking down here then? This is not where we keep chemicals. How's it looking down here then? And, this is where we keep the chemicals. It is pretty well stocked. Yes, but we are actually... yes, we're not completely overproducing. Oh, that's good to see the oil refinery going with 300 people in it and plenty of oil in the reserve here. Very nice. Very, very nice. Fuel. It's still completely full here. You know. Okay. Even though we have that train, where is that train? Is this working as intended, by the way? Since this is full, these are full, and this is not. I don't think it is. You are currently heading here at 150 kilometers. Here you are. Hello. Yes, this is not an appropriate locomotive for this type of work, I realize. I mean, 500 tons is probably quite reasonable for this locomotive to pull. But we will add about 1,000 tons of diesel here now in these wagons. And that might not... Let's see if this affects the thing up here. No, it doesn't. This building is also... Is it... What? here's another area that is without power supply. That wasn't previously. What the hell? I must have run into some sort of bug. With regards to, you know, medium voltage and switches and things. Yes, I would claim. So, fine, it can be relatively easily remedied as long as we have a connection available of a transformer, which we do. Thing is just that unless we do a very intricate survey of the electrical grid that we're wanting to hook up onto here, then we're not going to maybe make the best decision. We want to go about here, somewhere here, but the question is, there's nothing here, nothing whatsoever, nothing here, nothing. Here we have. Okay, good. You have. You don't. Right. Where can we feed this? From where it's currently being fed, which ought to be there, and that has stopped working for some reason. Right. Wonder how many more of these places we have. Right. Or since it isn't working anyway, we might as well be a bit serious here about this. I wonder what's changed, because it's the same. There's not been an update to the game. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't. 51 million, only 30 million left. 30 million. Yes, I think we should try and sell off some steel. We do actually have a train well suited for it, I would think. Here, either in here. Yes, here it is. It's just that you have some. Yes, this. Right. This is what I was trying to do earlier when the game crashed. Funny. Actually, yes, I wanted to save this schedule by doing this view line detail rename. I can type. Okay. This would be, you know, with vehicles export. Like that. That's what it would be, and then we should line have yes, whatever, and no, open that back up. Here, erase from line. Indeed. Yes, and then the line still exists. And we want to use it again. Now, somewhere on the around here, there is an inordinate amount of steel. Yes, here. 26,500 tons. That sounds like where we want to go. I don't know if it supports the length of train that it does not. Well, it does, but it will cause maybe a little bit of issues surrounding it. In the meantime, that's all right. And go to here. And should we put We can't put more wagons on it. That's probably a good thing. Right, load not 100% of anything. Load steel only. I don't want to get my Mercedes that we have there. Those are special. Bitumen plant is doing good. I was just thinking, I had a thought here that was going through the mind that wouldn't it be interesting or fun idea to have, it could made as a mod, for example, it couldn't quite made as a mod because the exact building type I'm envisioning doesn't exist, but a house or a building of some sort that would be the residence of the entity that we are. I mean, it's not clearly stated by the game exactly what kind of entity we are, other than it describes sort of the surrounding things and what choices we have of doing things and how we're supposed to do some certain things. Here there are many high voltage lines. Yes, but I think I got this sorted now, actually. Yes, we should do a flyover by night in the winter. It will get cold soon. Yes, it is getting late too. But that's the best stress test. This is also an interesting. Here we're a bit late for this. I think, but maybe we can probably still catch. Yes, we still can catch quite a few trucks rolling in. Oh, and we still have. Look at this. We still have plenty of crops in the fields here. Here too. Here too. Over here they haven't even harvested. Yes, this farm is a bit overburdened. But out here they are probably underburdened. Right. But so much. So how much do we have in here? 9,100 tons. You see, we are not in an incredibly good spot when it comes to this, I don't think. Domestic production and consumption. Last year, crops, how much? 25,200. That sounds like a very small amount. And we used 27,000 tons. That's no good. Did we have a bad year again, or what's going on? Anyway, the tunnel is complete. This thing is complete. It is time to open this railroad up for traffic properly by signaling it as it's supposed to be and such, you know. Which ought to be something along the lines of that. We can have them waiting there. And only one in here, please. Already someone has taken this route. Interesting. Who is it? And can we... no one has taken this route. It was... someone was passing through here. No, they're in the tunnel. Yes, they're in the tunnel, but we should do that, yes, and then that. Then we go and have a look at what just happened. What just happened? I think that I think the computer died. Or if it wasn't that, I'll be right back. I'll be right back in any case. I think it was a very naughty thing. Yes, and we magically resume. If I got the scissors right there, managed to get the scissors right, that was something. It's been an hour has passed, but yes, I'm going to try and summarize what happened. I lost all visual and audio interfacing with the game. I could not get any image on any monitor or get any audio out of any audio thing connected to the machine here. So I thought it was dead, and I even said so. I thought it died, but it was continuing to record, and it turned out I could. Oh, here comes a great steel train! Look at that! I could actually remote desktop into it, and the game was still running exactly where we left off. So the cutting the video up so it matches up somewhat, and quite important here, getting the audio synchronized. Yes, that's what we're about there. Pardon the slight service interruption, but there we go. And amazingly, after a cold restart of everything and also switching around and doing some magical spells and things started working again. But I don't know what it is that is the problem, kind of. There are many things involved. But no matter, we shall hope that was a temporary outage. Cheers for the new railroad here. Yes, I say it was midnight, yes, the time passes. But I had to figure out what happened, and also was very gladly surprised that the game was still running and it was able to survive changing from, a what should we call this, real session, physical session with the computer to remote desktop session, and keep running enough so that one could make the mouse move to the save button, and so it didn't quite follow the movement, but it was possible to do. It is by the way possible to play via remote desktop. It's not a good experience, but it is possible. Yes, the railroad is finished. It's fantastic. And on this side we have a great amount of waiting area. And let's just make sure that we haven't done something stupid here with the signals. We did it after all get a little bit interrupted. I don't even know what to make of it. Yes, that's for the food thing. Don't mind that. Here's the main line, sort of. You could call it the main artery. It is, yes, it is main artery here. At least it used to be. It will probably continue to be. One could change all the routes around. Yes, I'm a bit out of breath. I've actually been running around here, pulling cables and all sorts of things for an hour at midnight. Yes, healthy behavior, very much healthy behavior. Anyway, this, yes, I think this is correct. This may not be necessary to have this diamond in here, but it doesn't hurt. Except maybe slows down a train every now and then. And then there's a very long block here. It makes its way through the mountain and slightly gains in altitude in order to be able to get over all of this stuff. And then very steeply downhill to join up. Here, is it correctly? It is correctly signaled. I think it should all be done. Trains are not really set up to go via here, but maybe some will choose. That reminds me, this might actually increase. I don't know, I'm theorizing now deeply here about the innards of the game engine, but the experimental traffic pathfinding, which takes into consideration not only the path but also the traffic conditions, might encourage trains to go in here often. Did I say this just a minute ago? Maybe. I feel a bit of déjà vu here. Here's a meet. You are supposed to be depoted, I think, because you are. Is anyone really eating this meat? No. They're not. This meat someone is actually eating. So what we do is we instead load way less. I think that ought to be enough, and then we unload 90% there. But still, this is 2,500 tons. Yes, but if we keep this low enough, the people might eat it in about the same rate that we supply it. Sure. And this should not grow inordinately, but we do have electricity hooked up, and it's the voltage is great, so the capacity would seem fine. Yes, the electricity grid has seen, I wouldn't call it upgrades, but changes lately. Trying to deal with the capacity problems as best we can with the tools available at hand. I really wish they would slightly re-implement the electricity simulation. And you see here again, it's an overloaded high voltage switch, and that you could actually have a grid, because it doesn't work like this in the real world. You know, it's all synchronized all over. We have huge areas around the world. For example, northern Europe, the Nordics, you know, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Latvia. I think, I'm not sure Latvia is synchronized, but at least it's part of the same market of power. So well, it's not synchronized, but within each country at least it is synchronized. Well, it is actually synchronized on the AC side. Anyway, within the country, you don't have to run these all over the place. No, you run them into a grid. Several power stations are needed to well, a power line can carry a whole lot more power than this, and the ability to build grids would be fantastic. But it's probably too complex to implement here. Haven't we been around here before? We are drawing too much electricity here. This, right? I think that goes. Oskarshamn is over there, so it probably makes its way out there. So here, Oh. Yes, overloaded electrical switch. Not necessarily high voltage though, but still. This, whatever this is feeding, we need to feed some from somewhere else. Okay, this is feeding into the heating grid and whatever else has been hooked onto what was supposed to be the heating grid. Yes, Katinka is electrically heated, it's October. It makes sense. Yes, we need somewhere else to feed this from. And what's this? Is this another sink of energy? I think it is. Yeah. So we need power in here basically. This circuit. It's not bad enough that I'm going to cut the wire down just to make it clear where to hook it up though, because it is sort of working. They experience brownouts and so on. It's not an optimum situation, but if I were to cut down one of these lines, they would get a whole more upset. The situation isn't completely terrible, but we are severely overloading this line here, and we simply need to get a fresh electrical supply. And let's see if there is out here somewhere. We are by the border after all, but I don't think that they have electricity here. No. If they would have had electricity, I would have had a dedicated line going to it from the power plant. Yes, this line doesn't do anything good that we saw there. It goes to Gamla Bettan, the old coal power plant, you know. Yes. Rambling as ever here. And electricity is so much fun. I actually think it is a bit of fun. Well, this is doing good at least. Yes, it is. We just need to find ourselves a good high voltage connection. What's this, for example? Right, this is the heating circuit for the culture capital, which is barely used. It is only used out here, basically, with the harbour and the industrial here, the industrial area. Yes, this is going to be done. We're not going to catch it. It's not going to be done. I mean, it's still going to be half a year, yes, at least. It takes time. Yes. So from here we could definitely, this circuit we could definitely use, but from here to build a power line, actually we have a lot of steel. There will be yet another high voltage line across the landscape, but it will work. Yes, it will. How do I know it would work? Because I think I understand how the electricity simulation is done in the game, more or less. I have I can see some code running here, simulating electricity. Anyway, we're going that way. But we don't want to be in the way of eventual. We're not going to go much further than this. I mean, what's this? Yeah, you have medium voltage, but whilst you're going by with you know, a pretty good quality high voltage line, which you can pull a whole lot of stuff off if you're not doing electrical heating, for example, yes, then why not put this in just to have the future possibility to get going here. Let's hope that yes, things are plenty in range. Don't even think you need to be involved, really. This, but just to make sure that this gets built here, it's important. Well, I don't seem to be in a rush though, but yeah, I'm working as quickly as we can here. It's a big project, this. Well, if you want to work as quickly as you can and as we can, you should hit the commit button now, and that should be fine. That's 50 tons of steel, no problem. Let's see who wants to work on this. We're going to get everyone. Maybe we don't need to get everyone. Hamlen was Soviet. They all have the same source of gravel and steel. Well, no, Hamlen has a separate source of steel, a grey source of steel. How's that doing, by the way? The steel exporting thing. Have we sold any steel this year? Yes, we have. $2.2 million. Yes. If we compare now my argument here, have I been making a fool out of myself comparing trains to ships and so on? Now I realize the volumes involved are absolutely not the same, but still, I think the argument still stands about the algorithm and so on. Price on the global market, steel. It is not noticeable. The last year, or was it this year, that we exported steel must be noticeable. What the hell? It was a long ass train. It must be noticeable. I'm not even sure it's noticeable. It's a slight drop. But is that where we exported the steel? Here. This is a bit complex. The steel was exported just very much exactly now. And so it was 1,000 tons, 1,100 tons of steel. So you should see about the prices on the global market here of steel. It has gone down, definitely. But okay, so we see how much time it takes to recuperate here. And who got involved? Everyone? No. Do we need everyone? There might be things heading here already. There are plenty of things heading here. I don't think that we should get too involved with this. I'm not seeing any buses though. Which someone here, they should all have buses. They all have the worker symbol. Let's not meddle in it and see how they do. Yes, where were we going with this then? We are going to Katinchad with this. That's over there. So it ought to be an easy matter here. Pretty much. It's a long ass way though. The way it is. Do we just do it straight over the lovely curvy railroad? Or what do we do? Yes. Pardon me. Need to clear this. I sort of like the brutality of high voltage lines actually. How they just cut through whatever it is. Because it is so incredibly important. And we just take it for so much granted. That said, maybe we could put a little bit more effort into where we're putting this exactly. Turns out we may not even need to go, but we do not want to go over the mountain unnecessarily. Let's go as far as there for now and have a... It's still a long way to go. Here's where we're going. This switch, here's where we're hooking up to. And then we're disconnecting this when it's finished. Why not have it as a redundancy? Because we might overload. The circuit is already overloaded upstream. Or it won't be later on, but that will increase the risk of it. Yes, we clearly make a turn here. Do we want to do that really? We ought to be going that way. Where the hell did I leave the other power line? Have you been going in any sensible direction at all? Where is it? Yes, you have been going in a sensible direction. It's just this threw you off a bit. This thing, we did not have to make this turn, and we should not have made that turn. What we should do though is do something. Yes, there we go. Or are you still going in the right direction, really? Let's zoom out and see if we can see where this... it's right there. Very good. Then, yes. You said you liked them brutal. Are you sure it's hooked up? Yes, the angle is too sharp there for it. This, for example, can't possibly be hooked up. But the angle, if connection is too sharp, but not that way, right? Really? Are you telling me you can do 180s with this? What the hell? Okay. That's a whole lot more flexible than the old stuff, you know, the medium voltage stuff. For example, that another 190 tons of steel and almost 3,000 workdays. You better get going. It's important, and it's getting colder. Soviet, Katynchar, yes, it's good. Katynchar also gets involved with this. Could we get even more people involved? Well, there are plenty of people in Katynchar, I think, that don't have anything to do really. Isn't there? That's not Katynchar at all. But why aren't these people involved? Because it's not their electricity. No, they have a different feed. Yes, it's very, very individualistic electrical system here in this game, I have to say. If one is to do a political analysis of the game engine here, then the electrical system is very individualistic in that every high voltage line out of the power plant is an individual circuit, you know, and that you can't synchronize grids together, which is actually completely opposite of how it works in reality, and how it needs to work in reality. Because in reality, if you were to hook up one country to one nuclear power plant without having any balancing power, I think they call it, in that grid, that would not go well in some way or other. There should be absolutely no risk of a nuclear incident with reasonable safety standards and so on. But a whole lot of people's electricity, my electrical components and electrical equipment might get destroyed. Houses might burn down. Many bad, and certainly no electricity. For other than, I don't know how that would work. Let's leave that subject now and try and focus here. Yes, we have the roundabout. It is not very popular. There is not a whole lot of things to do in there. We could put a gas station in there. There are one-way gas stations, you know, even stock, that I have used like 2 times. Well, if we were to do this, then they won't go do the roundabout thing. If they still won't do the roundabout thing. I want them to do the roundabout thing. You see, that I knew that was one of those cases where it would just go in by being a bit clicky. So this should certainly attract vehicles here, and we have regained from the fuel crisis. From the, I don't know what is happening to my electricity grid, because it is not only the high voltage that is screwing, and that's a different problem from these circuits certainly being out of power. It is. Yes, it is. How do you know? No, I just know. Because there is no power flowing through these, only intermittently. There is a farm here, yes. When vehicle comes to fuel up, they draw a little bit of electricity. And so on. But there is too many switches and too many things. But was it here that we put a cut in it, wasn't it? That's a shame. It's these should really have switches such as conveyors and things too for troubleshooting, you know, in a case like this. Because this wire, I'm not too sure that that's needed any longer. There's only one way to find out if it is. It is definitely needed because this is only being fed from one direction, and that goes out to that farm. You're not in the space in the spot you think you're thinking about this space, this place. You're thinking about displacing. Not in particular, but need some vehicles, tankers. Weren't you full with the stuff to do? That's why I built this. No, that's why I built this. You're apparently quite busy, whilst you are quite unbusy. Yes, and these don't mind being without electricity, but this apparently doesn't have anything to do. Yeah, we could be, since here a lot of stuff end up here. You know, this could be a safety net. We could do a safety net here. Of things. Is it possible to say, like, when all destination? Yes, you are only supposed to be bothered about below 30%, say. Fire destroyed a building. Oh no, a grain storage. That's never a good thing. Don't they have fire protection? What's the... this may be one of the reasons that we have been lacking in crop production, because the farm is destroyed here and has been for maybe some time. Yes, we need to get which way do you space? I suppose to face that way, obviously. That's not an agroform. This is an agroform. Yes, we bother with gravel road. I don't know if this may be very far away and may not get picked up. I don't know where we are even. Brelov. Do you have everything that is required? You don't have mechanical components and you're sort of a crappy distribution offices then. Or construction offices rather. Yes, you are. So, but no matter. We want the grain storage here. And if the tooltip would allow me to see if it is willing to hook up on both ends, it is. That and if we instead get a bit involved here and as I think that team, that ought to be a good team for this. And since we have to do team assignments, we use that functionality. Is that it? No, these two. Okay, that sounds good. Here's some snowplows I have. That's why it's burnt down. It's because of the goddamn snowplows, as usual. Because they're stuck here behind these trucks, which are waiting to. We should not have these many trucks on this line. It should not be necessary now that we have the grain storage. Now should it? No. We take these two and put them here in storage. And hope they're empty. They are. Not that got them rolling or anything, but convincing a few snowplows of them not existing here anymore, I think will very much allow them to eventually get out of here. No. Fine. That's why that burnt down, but why did the farm burn down way before? I don't even know when that happened. Seems to have been a while ago. Well, to get this out of the way here, we do this, and then we do this back again. There we go. That should clear it up. As you're confused about something, I think you will figure it out. I have confidence in you. Come on, man. What? You were doing something different, or what? So it would appear. What the hell is this? I don't know, but you get to live here. You're assigned to a line. I really do not understand this. Okay, apparently there are 5 here. I don't know where all of them are, but here comes the construction crews. Very nice to see the diggers arrive on flatbeds. And hopefully also, well, you could have filled it up to That's one thing. The construction offices, they should have a little tank, you know, for fuel for these types of vehicles, so we should never ever have to see them drive on the road. But in this case, yes, in this case, obviously you would make an exception if you're sensible. Okay, so everything is ready. We're just waiting for some resources. We're getting even more machinery in here. Lovely. Look at the nice truck the Peterbilt. Which apparently needs a drink. Yes, heavy work driving a digger around. And driving yourself around at that. These are lovely, but they are too large, unfortunately. That reminds me, I found something in the workshop. They are a bit old, but time is out. 23rd of November. We know that it is, since it starts snowing. Yeah, I'm going to the vehicles factory here, where there are plenty of cars. Yes, should we maybe be selling off a few of those instead of no place for finished vehicle, you say? We should have a truck shuttling into, it was not that one, wasn't it one of these that had the, no, but a line somewhere in here has one of those associated with it, right? Sure, that we're going to do. Most definitely, we're going to do that. Anywho, what's here? There should be in all sorts of things. Let's look at let's look at an open hull. Where are you? There we are. A flatbed. Mac R600, not too expensive. 15 tons of steel, you say. 120 kilometers an hour, you say. 12 tons of steel. 29 tons of steel. No, it's empty weight. 29 tons. 23 tons. Same engine. This one's a lot heavier. Same engine in all of them. 23 tons. 29 tons, 23 tons, 12 tons. Well, what's the difference here? Nothing that I can tell. We're going for the big ones. Of course, this is taking money out of the intended thing for the ship. Yes, it is, but it is going to bring new vehicles to our roads, and that is certainly not a bad thing. That steel train, where do you suppose this? Do you think it's up here? Nope. Because it doesn't go here. It goes from the place. The mouse cursor is always elusive in snow. Yes, there it is. Eventually it goes down here. Långt jävla tåg. Yes, of course. I forgot it has a name now. There we are. It currently has a load. Now let's go over to the rail yard, the vehicle storage area, and see what we can find. I mean, this looks like a good candidate. It's even trying to unload vehicles here. Yes, I think that this is basically the line, the other line. It is this and this stop. Yes, should we see if we can find the other line then? Where would it be? What was the fordon, dollar, USD? Yes, USD was definitely in it. But you know, there's quite a few things here. Did you spot it? I didn't. You're looking at road lines. If we're looking at rail lines, there are way fewer. There it is. Once this has made it to the border, how far away are we? We still have a little ways to go. We still have to go by Katincha here. Yes. That also reminds me, the double tracking effort that we're doing. It might require some attention. It might well require some attention. Right, we can, if we put this away for now, like that. Yes, and then it should be over here somewhere. It might even be ready for opening. No, it's not. No, of course not. It's all this complicated business too that we haven't done yet. It's not that complicated though. And they are finished with the through bit. Could actually start using this as a double track then. We could. And we're going to. Well, you are already doing this. Yes, you have decided. We have already. But not here. Not here. That should. This should just go away. And become one of these instead. Why aren't you going? You should definitely be able to find your way out. This is not finished. No, this is finished. Isn't this finished all? Yes, it is finished all the way. Might have a problem out here. Here it is. Very much lacking in signals, but if you can't figure it out now, I don't know what to tell you. You probably already went the old way. Yes, you did. Yes, we're going to have to put a stop to that by doing something like this. There shouldn't even be a chain signal here. That this diamond shouldn't exist. It makes no sense at all. It's impossible to go anywhere. And that turns red. I think that we shall remove this construction track that we had in here. There we go. And remove this semaphore and this one too. How far have you? That's good. There's a road. Yes, we put it all the way out there. So, but you're going the right way. Yes, you are. And then we'll want. I'm not sure exactly how important that road is, but to be safe. And that's not the kind you want. You want this kind. Otherwise we will get problems. in there. And this is already done. Except that it doesn't have a thing there, nor that's like one of the longest trains we have. So we should easily be able to fit. No, this is more like a one thing. Don't tell me that you are going for a refuel here. That's going to be something to behold. No, you're not. Where are you going then? You're going down to the oil refinery, and you have chosen a very interesting path. Yes, the only dangerous thing about this is that you're going to take your way through a tunnel, and that may not be a good experience for us. So we shall try and remember to jump off if you indeed want to use the tunnel, but I think you do. Have you been to the border yet? You are at the border now. Okay. Why do I have this around? It's because it's this one. Okay. That's quite something, this. It is a very, very long train. Obviously, we could have a bit more technical services going on here, but I'm so sick of the building technical services, and especially placing, assigning snowplows, that it will have to wait. Yes, now then, we can go and have a look at you. Or do you not want to see it go out here when it emerges from the tunnel? Yes, of course we do. It has a little bit of a ways to go, but it is, I'm pretty sure that it's going to make it here pretty soon. It's very quiet in the tunnel apparently. Yes, very, very quiet indeed. And there it goes. You are still standing here and unloading. Okay, what impact has this had to the price of steel? Do I even dare look? It's December this year. You want to look here? Price on the global market has gone. But if you look like this month, yes, then it looks a little bit dramatic, yes. But over the year, this year, steel, I mean, it's barely noticeable. I cannot point at it, but it is right there. That's when we made the export. Okay then. Can we stop with this now? Yes, we can. As soon as you're finished unloading here, we want this and apply it to you. But this is taking time. Well, we are unloading 1116 tons of steel after all. That's a fair bit. That should do it. Should we check and make sure that this only has Mercedes Benzes? And so does this. Yes, we're going to sell a few of those again. See what we get for it. Since we're full. Again. Very good. It's good that we get a real proper money sink for late game. But then again, I wouldn't have to sell the vehicles unless I... But it will empty out a bit here and make room to build, what was it again? Yes, these. And that should have allowed like an entire range of things. Dumpers, for example. Yes, much cheaper now. $700,000, you say. Very reasonable, I say. Yes, we will get to the ship, the boat, eventually. Do you have a concrete mixer by any chance as well? 14 tons. They're a bit old school, but everything here is looking quite... We are spending a bit now on this. Yes, we are. Oil tank. Yes, 27 tons. Okay, enough. Now put a few of these on order here, so I can appreciate them. And then I think it's time for another run of 140s here. Where is it? There it was. Red. No, we'll make this run blue. One red will be in there. Yes, GP40 locomotive, you are loaded again and heading to here. How's it doing out here with the fuel system that we set up? Is it doing... are you going here? Really? That would be wrong. Yes, you should be going in here instead. I thought I fixed this. But apparently not. But this is empty. It ought to be empty. This has something. That's good. You are out of fuel somehow. How is it possible, Lisa, to be out of fuel? Because that was Lisa. Yes, it is. There is nothing here. Okay. Here it is full. Here is what we call a pipe, which is not actually finished yet. Really? No workers or mechanism. Has anything terrible happened? Maybe. No. It was there were simply so many at the, or it is the case. No, and no, the bus is coming. It's not to think that when it got stuck, that happened the other day. Here. Well, that would explain why we have quite a bit. Yes, and Lisa, you are of course not loading up since you don't have any fuel, but it will be fixed very soon, I assure you. This is all finished. Yes, this is restored. Good. We could actually sell this tank. No. What we get? 25 million? We'll get a whole lot more. 25 million, I think it was when I last looked at it. What is it now? By container $28.8 million. That's a bargain. But you know, this is not getting... you see? Okay. Yes, it helps pause and unpause, and they get going on it. And is all of this unfinished? Is this? But here workers have gotten. Good. That will not help with the fuel though. That's for bitumen. Fuel is this pipe. 5 workdays remain. You don't have a bus coming. What if we get this involved? I think I'm even going to get, yes, $18 I'm going to get back if I click the button to finish it. And if you're not sending a bus right about now, then I'm going to do that. And the same thing, they're actually working here. Very good. So that should allow you to fuel up. She will probably drink quite a bit, I would think. Yes, it is flowing down the line here as intended. Very good. There she goes. Yes, but as we can see, the weight is not affected by the fuel. Here we got workers in too. Very good. It takes a while to fill you up. That's one of these. No, again, it doesn't work like that. But still, it takes a lot. Does it even fill up to full, or what? How far does it go when it has an almost endless supply here? As we're up to 240,000 liters here. No, 27,400. I can't read. Numbers are going by so quickly, but are you actually going to fill her up this time? Lordy, oh, that's a lot of fuel. That really is a lot. And well, we have a lot, of course, and even more should be coming pretty soon. What's going on out here? Is it? No, that's for the other direction. Right, that never mind. It is working as intended. I don't ever think that was with the pipe forwarding pumps. It used to be that if you were missing a bit of pipe, it could transport resource anyway. And also, I think conveyor engines at some point didn't need to be built to still transport resource. Now, Lisa has gotten 93,600 tons of fuel on board. Yes, colleague. No, you don't hear anything. No, you are deaf. Yes. Yes, yeah, more or less. We can slow things down. It's Juletid, Christmas time after all. If there's any time of year that you're going to take it easy and be contemplative and things, then it's this time. We are apparently building fancy road here. That's what we're doing. That's why it's taking such a long time. Here's another train. Very good. Very good. This is all excellent. How is it doing down here with regards to electricity and things? They have very good. Very good. And how much fuel do they have? Quite a bit of fuel too, but actually we have space to run this. We're still backed up on oil. Bit. Very nice. How many workers? Okay. Nuclear reprocessing thing. Are you? I don't know how much nuclear waste do you use. It's starting to build up a bit. And here comes something. It picked up 0.75 tons of this stuff, which I'm sure is completely safe. Has this actually had like a proper effect on the chemicals? A proper impact, I should say. We're in the wrong place for that. Yes, but it's on the way. Is this on the way though? No, this is on the way to the nuclear waste site. How much have we? Hey, it's empty here. Really? Already? Okay. That's good. You are going where? I don't know. But this thing we need to follow up on. The high voltage situation here. It is not finished. You're missing concrete. But the concrete plants can produce. Missing bus transport is probably supposed to. Concrete plant is not assigned as source. What? Have they burnt down or what? What the hell? This is no good. Concrete plant. Can't produce concrete. Missing cement? Are you joking? The cement factory is right there. Cistern, semi-trailer, yes. Cement truck. Cement truck. What you're asking many things here. As we can see, the electricity situation is not good. We will have that fixed. Harvesting, cement tank. Anything that is not concrete plant, cement silo, prefab panel factory, concrete plant, concrete plant, concrete plant, concrete plant, concrete plant. They're all busy. Each and every one of them. Am I going to have to cave in and buy one? No, I'm not. But I am going to have to either throw a Mercedes away or wait for the train to arrive, which has happened. So I'm not going to have to throw a Mercedes away. Very good. Does this thing exist as a cement thing? As rubles? Cement? No. I already have the only cement thing then, I suppose. Right. Bum bum bum. Dun 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 dun. No, what the hell is going on here? There is something wrong, or I'm not seeing it. Cover of forklift, favor, excavating bulldozer, personal oriented, roller, open on cement tank. Yes, Mac, I expected as much. And we'll build ourselves a few of those, I think. They are available in plenty of colors too. Very nice. 19 tons of cement sounds good. We'll have a few of those. And we will prioritize this place. And we're also going to have to be a little bit on our toes here, I think, so that the train doesn't come and nick these from us before we get the time to take care of them. Right. I don't know how it works though. If it works on a first in, first out or such basis, that then we have plenty of buffer here. Aren't actually that many workers in here. Is everything all right here? Yes. Okay. Is there a huge traffic jam again? No. We might be catching them at a bad time. These things happen, you know. Dum bum bum ba dum bum bum. Dum dum dum. Dum 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 dum. Ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum bum ba dum ba dum bum bum. I don't know the time now. I know what the clock is. God damn it, it's been another hour. Oh, it's just hopeless, this. God damn it. Yes, maybe one should try going outside or something. Oh, not now, but during the day, so to speak. Wouldn't that be something maybe to try? It could well be. It could well be. Is there anything else that we should follow up on here before leaving this to its fate for this time? The fuel tanker, you went there. Okay, then we can take the other one. Go. And you, what's 7 million, you say? Yeah, sure. It's going. So, how much steel did we sell during this year? What the hell has I sold for rubles? Have I sold? Yes, a little bit of electricity. That's correct. So, 5 million in 2 batches. 5.3 million. The second batch was worth significantly less than the first. That is correct. That is correct. I'm probably wrong then. Yes, it's not an uncommon occurrence. Especially the more convinced I feel about something, seeing something clearly, the more wrong I can be, and the worse it is. But we say 7 million, and I'm guessing like 5 or something. That high voltage line will not be done before we get the cement truck. It's a bit ironic that it's the thing right by the closest thing to ever be. And there wasn't a cement truck standing at the cement factory. That's for some reason was just standing. No, it wasn't. How are you doing here? I think it takes a little bit more time than this to build a cement truck, Well, they built about 20% of it. And what about here? We could definitely cut back on the workforce significantly. We have a very large amount of hopper cars. For the moment, we could sell those for dollars. I suppose they're worth something. Or should we get them? Where do we put them? Do we have space in here? Yes. Then that's what you do. You go there. Yes, and you're going to need to do that again. And so on, but we were waiting for this, we might as well. Yes, it gets horribly complex and slow at this point. Especially at a place like this. There is so much stuff going on. One more time? Or will that cause a trouble to the depot maybe? Train fully not entered. This depot looks pretty full. Yes, that would be it. You are currently building one of these. Yes, very nice. As soon as that's finished, which will be very soon, at this rate. 190 workdays. Very good. And there are 150 people in there, so that should be one shift. Oh, we're down to 2/3 of shift. Yes, 50 workdays. It's pretty much done. Getting the final touches on it, and then we'll see where it ends up. Don't tell me that you nicked it. Oh, there's a snowplow. Is it finished yet? Yes, this. We need to find it. There it is. You are going to get to head over to Katzinstad. Here, it's a little bit of a ways away. But we should have a nice cozy road vehicles depot right for you somewhere around in the vicinity here. Out here, yes. Not that you'll get to stay there, because you're going to the cement factory, which is right there. Not to unload, but to load cement. And why not wait and then go to the cement plant, concrete plant, yes, unload. And very important, wait. Have they finished? I believe they have. Let's see if the naming convention helped. Give me power. Yes, you have. You don't quite seem to have gotten power. Or have you? It's still not enough, or what? Or this is since we're feeding it from two directions now. Let's see here. Yes, of course it has to be night whilst we're doing this. We're doing that. Right. The one of these, I think the right one as we see it here is the new one. The left one is the old one. They are currently both going into there. Which is not... I don't know what... thinking about that exactly, but you know, it should be like this. We're going to cause a bit of an issue here, but we're going to bring in the foreign experts for this job. Why were we paused? I don't know, and this will not have helped anything. It's the same problem. Why would you do that? What is this? This hasn't helped anything. Well, what? Yes, this now looks fine. This has to give you power, but you have it, but you don't have any connections. Yes, so that wasn't necessary, or what? Someone, it must be without electricity by now. We have a switch there, and it's doing a reasonable amount. This is doing a reasonable amount. Yes, and you're not freezing to death. You know you're not, because we're not using that. Right. Why was there a problem then? Right, because this feed, maybe, that we had was not of good enough quality. Yes, it starts snowing, of course, as well, which will make this endeavor even easier. It's like driving in snow almost. At night. Would this be a switch? Yes, it would. Right. Okay, it's part of all of this. Yes, that I think would explain why it was a bit heavily tasked there at some points. Right, how much electricity are we pulling at a time like this? Around 70 megawatts. And we are keeping up with demand. Yes. I think that these fluctuating numbers are to be expected when we have this fluctuation in load and no counterbalance in the grid. Very much to be expected. I think it's time to end the nuclear reprocessing thing. What's going on over here? Did we ever get to see if that had an effect on the thing, on the chemicals? A little bit, yes. Yes. We're actually consuming. Maybe we can say here, I don't think that we did it for the entirety of last year, but anyway, domestic production and consumption. Chemicals. Maybe we did it for the entire year. It seems to have been more or less constant. So 853 tons consumption, production. 742. We cannot keep up. We cannot keep up with the nuclear reprocessing plant in the long run. But I think it will last us long enough to build up quite nuclear waste has made it on here somehow. Nuclear 111.5 tons. Are you sure that we have a place to put this and that stuff's working? I think that we do. Yes, and the bottleneck is again this place. We really should get another one of these. It really isn't bulky, the things that they need. And you know, the town of the chemists, they don't have a whole lot more to do than what they're currently doing, and there's certainly more potential here. Isn't there? I sort of think there is space for vehicles. Yes, one of those will have a nuclear fuel fabrication thing. Where is that again? Energy related, right? Nuclear fuel right, that has many things there. That's where we put the stuff. It even can get electricity prefixed, pre-done. Fantastic. Right, that's where we intend to keep that thing. We need somewhere to put chemicals into this place, and road cargo station, I imagine, would be a good spot, a good place to do it. Let's see about here. That's all we should need, and also workers, and also road and such. We can try and make a bit different setup this time with, since these are actually, the point of these are sort of that you can have a road going through them. So we could try. There comes a street out of there. Yes, I think I see something. Yes, and we spare no expense on the streets at this point. Of course not. We can hook up out onto there. Right. Yes, and this needs something too. Now this is going to need, well, yes, and then also out this way. And this will be for both buses. Should we have a split in the road here? One going that way, and one going this way. If we could make the bus go in there, I think. Right. Of course, we also need this. The bus platforms are a little bit far apart. Why do I need these bus stops? I don't. I just need one. There is only one workplace. We're very much correct. It is. So, well, that's that then. Road cargo station for this? No, I think it's enough that we have it here. We can put in UF6 and chemicals. Yes, we will have a second nuclear fuel fabrication thing. And see if we can reprocess all of that nuclear waste into lovely nuclear fuel. Have a look at the environmental impact of all of this that we're doing. Actual pollution. It is completely, deep red, all of this area. Don't seem to be doing a whole lot. We don't have a whole lot of workers. Is there a problem? Yes, there is a problem somewhere. This year, what's happening? de Saliga has lost like a lot. So, should we bet that it is an ambulance that has got stuck in front of the hospital and caused a lot of issues, maybe? No. What's going on here then? There is food. Temperature in building. I see. I see what has happened. I have cut your heating off, I would think. Yes, I have. I'm terribly sorry, but that will definitely have to be a problem for a different day. I almost killed off them Saliga. There are plenty of village houses here. Plenty of village houses, so I think that they'll survive. Since we have everything else available to them. Thank you so very much for watching. This was a bit of a mess, this. I hope I managed to get all of it with the scissors and the things, you know, and the clicks and synchronizations and everything somewhat all right, and that audio has actually been captured and there's no all of that stuff. Good night.